What is up, guys? It's the port we've all been waiting for quite a while. Ratchet and Clank running on the Steam Deck. Now, we are actually running this off the micro SD card. I might do a test of this running off the micro SD card, and then tomorrow's video, I'll probably run it off of the SSD on this 512GB model. But for today, we're doing it on the micro SD card. I just want to check nothing's downloading. I have already booted this game, and I had some quite major problems with what was going on. So I'm just doing a fresh video, restarting, seeing what I can get to work. We're running it on the lowest, very low settings, actually. Just to start off, there's some artifacting here at this loading screen that you can see there that disappears after the loading screen. Don't know what's happened there. It's gone, as you can see. It's just disappeared. Really, really strange. And there's some artifacting in the game. Like, there was some smudge thing across the screen. I thought, I'll try and do a fresh reboot. See if anything's going on with the game or if there's any bugs or something. I haven't played this on my 4090 yet, but I plan on doing that after this, and I'll perhaps do a video on that. If you guys would be interested in seeing that, please do let me know, because I always want to try and make videos you guys are interested in. But I'll show you the settings. So we are on full screen 800p, we're on ultra performance FSR, and in graphics we're on very low, and those are the settings that we're testing this on now. So obviously no ray tracing or anything like that. So let's go across and resume game. I've just done a little test at the beginning, as I said a minute ago, and yeah, there was just some major issues, so I'll do a little test at the starting point, see what's going on. I don't know if this is just one of those really badly optimized ports again from Sony, like The Last of Us. I'm not sure. I think it's Nixie's doing this port, so it should be a huge amount better. And look, you still got that blurring effect on the screen. Look at that. Can you guys see that? If I look up there, look here, look at that. That blurring. What are they censoring? I have no idea what that is. It's so odd to me. But literally, it's kind of unplayable like that. I've tried bumping the graphics up to see if it's an issue with that, but I'm not sure. So yeah, look, we can actually running a decent frame rate right now. It's not too bad. Like, we're at 50 FPS, and as I said, we are on very low, which is pretty horrible. We'll bump this up. Display and graphics. We'll bump this up to. We'll go medium. See if we can get 30 FPS at medium. I mean, I can't see what the hell's going on because, you know, there's this smudge across my screen, which is really, really nice, very helpful. What are we shooting? I can't see half the things. We're just shooting these. So, yeah, I mean, very nice FPS, though. We should probably perhaps bump... take it off of ultra performance and go like balanced and just see how we're looking there. I didn't do that. Balanced, yes. There we go. Wow. Oh, okay, there we go. It is an FSR problem on ultra performance. There we go, we're figuring things out. Nice, okay. So don't use ultra performance on FSR. Let's see if it does it on performance mode. That's interesting. No, performance mode is fine too. So if we now drop this down to perhaps low settings, doesn't look very different actually. Oh, we could easily get our 40 FPS target. What are we shooting at here? Sorry, I couldn't see because of those freaking smudges on my screen for the whole intro sequence. So what are we doing? Hello? You want us to... So I just jump off the edge and just die, so it resets what it's telling me to do. Oh, okay, we were just shooting those. Sorry, I haven't played this game in a while. So we're at our 40 FPS, so what we can definitely test, let's just skip the cinematics so we can get back into gameplay. I think we should definitely do a test tomorrow of this running on the SSD and just see what better performance we can get. But if you haven't noticed, we've kind of proved that Sony's lied, because they said that this game was only possible on the PS5 SSD, right? And this is less powerful than the PS4. Running at 800p, I guarantee that PlayStation 4 wouldn't need to run this at the medium settings that we're on right now. I think we're on medium, aren't we? Or high settings, sorry. Let's go to very high. And look, I think the PS4 could easily do this on high settings at like 1080p or even 900p. There's been a ton of games run but at 720p on the PlayStation 4. So why? There's so many Sony fanboys that at the announcement of this game coming to PC were talking about, they're bitching about how, I know it could only run on the PS5, like it's not gonna work, you're not gonna be able to play that game. Look, I'm running it on a freaking micro SD card on a handheld console. Like, what are you talking about? Of course that game was playable on stuff other than a PS5 SSD. It is. It just is. We're not far at 60 FPS on a handheld console. What do you mean? Stop buying into Sony's lies. You don't need to just buy into what they're telling you. It's called marketing. Use your brains. Christ. Okay, so what are we doing here? Tether shot. Okay. Nice. So this is fun. This is great. This looks awesome. I would happily play this on very low, or if you want that 40 FPS target that, by the way, even the PS5 has, you can actually go up to, I think it's medium is better for that, or even low rather than very low. And what are we on with our FSR? We're on performance FSR, but you could get close to your 40 FPS target like this. And we're about at our 40 FPS target. It's really very playable. Very, very playable. And can I just say, it looks absolutely gorgeous on the Steam Deck. I thought this would be a good Steam Deck title. It's already Steam Deck approved by Valve. Like it's kind of perfect. It's great. It's a great place for this game to be. Sorry if this is going to be a slightly longer video, by the way, guys. It's just, whoa. It's just the fact that yeah, well, it just needs to be a longer video because I want to kind of test the intro sequence. And let's keep going and see what we can do. We're just going to keep playing for a little bit, see what comes up, if there's any huge issues with what's happening here. I don't think there's going to be. Like, this thing is absolutely doing really, really good. I think, though, still, I'm going to bump it down to low, personally, or very low, because graphically, even at very low, this looks really, really good, and just getting that slight FPS boost is just always what I want. I always prefer higher FPS, and, you know, if there was a PS4 version, which there very easily could be, because we're running this off a Steam Deck and a micro SD card, then you'd probably expect it to be about very low anyway, and probably 30 FPS, or medium at 30 FPS, and we're running it above that, so we're actually getting that 40 FPS cap that even the PS5 has. Obviously not the same settings and not the same resolution by any means, I understand that, I'm not an idiot, but I wanted to prove that you can run this game off something that isn't the PS5's SSD, because that is a load of crap. It really is. People need to stop buying into frickin' marketing on stuff so much, because it's really embarrassing. Do we have a different weapon? I can't remember. I don't think we do at the starting point. But it's okay, we nearly killed this thing anyway. Just wanted to quickly play through this part. That's gone. Let's keep going for a little bit, though. See what we can expect to do. Step on this thing. I want to get this video out soon, but we will be testing this, as I say. We will be testing this on the SSD as well. I think it's worth doing. I'm not sure. I'll have a look. I'll move it across. If nothing changes and we're about the same performance and there's no major issues, then I probably won't bother, because it's just not worth it. Let's skip the cinematics. Cool. Okay, so this is the part where apparently the SSD comes into play, right, on the PS5, because, you know, you've got all these kind of cool sequences, and we are dropping performance there. We absolutely are, but we got to see what happens here. So I think we grind across these rails, if I remember rightly, and we got to, like, dodge various different things that come up. There we go. I'm looking forward to testing this on my RTX 4090 at native 4K, with all the ray tracing options that this game has to offer, and also probably 120 FPS as well, because, you know, I can with an RTX 4090, because we're very lucky. So we can skip all this. Yeah, I know. Vendor purchase. Okay, what should we buy? Let's buy the Shatter Bomb. Sorry, guys, I've got really bad hay fever at the moment. It's really horrible. Okay, we can buy... Great, we've got a new weapon. Nice. So I'm just skipping all the cinematics. Obviously, I'm going to play through the game properly. It's a cool bomb, this. I have played through the game before on PS5. I've actually got the Platinum Trophy on PS5 for this game. Great game, by the way. Okay, so we can just hold the weapon. I can't remember all the controls. I probably should have put this on story mode for the testing, actually, so the enemies weren't quite as tanky as they are currently. Would have made it a little bit easy for myself to speed things up. How do we get... Okay, yeah. Alright, now this is where... I believe this is where the SSD starts coming into play. And we were told it was coming into play. Sorry, we can skip all this. And as you can see, there is no issues. There was nothing to do with the SSD with this working or not working on the console. Oh man, it's funny what people believe when people market certain things, right? Very, very interesting. This game runs flawlessly on the Steam Deck, by the way. Like, on a 30-watt handheld. Wow. Really, really decent. Really, really interesting. 45 as well. We're like constantly above 40. I would definitely be limiting this to 40 frames. Because you don't need this to run. You don't need this to run any higher than that. It's perfect for this kind of thing. It's more than enough. Sorry, buddy. Look, all these portals opening, SSD, whatever. Like, it's fine. We're doing this on a micro SD card, as I keep saying, and I'm going to keep saying it because I want to prove my point. And here we go. This is the part, I believe, where we start falling through all these big things that we may see maybe a slight loading screen. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they've done with this. What are we doing? No, we're not there yet. That stuff runs fine, though. The FPS actually increased doing that. And people were so tired, like, oh, that's an SSD doing that mechanic. No, it's not. All that part of the world is already loaded in. It's already there. You're just zipping further through it. It's like boosting in Call of Duty. Like, it's not anything different that any other game's ever done. It's just like having a freaking grapple. If anything, it's easier in terms of performance because it's kind of blurring everything else. It's not like you're grappling slowly up something. It's just zipping forward and that's it. It's like, it's nothing. It's just like grappling like this. It just zooms forward. But let's see how the performance goes, because this is the bit I would be concerned about if there was an issue. But currently we're at 60 frames, or 48 now, but it's very varied. I don't think we're still not at the bit. Yeah, we're getting there though. We're going to keep playing. I want to get to that part where we're kind of zipping through stuff, because I am interested to see what will happen there, because that's the only area I could think, oh, well, an SSD would be very helpful. Not crucial, but helpful, because even Sony themselves said that this could run on a hard drive. They've told us this. It says it in the system requirements. Like, it's not an issue. Let's swap over to my bomb hand things. Get rid of those idiots. Get rid of this idiot. And that idiot. Cool, okay. This looks amazing. Can I just say how good this looks on this device? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, this thing looks amazing. Can we skip a cinematic, or is this just a little fight we've got to do? Sorry for the longer video, guys. I did say it was going to be a longer one. I wanted to make sure we test this as good as we can. Can we just bump down the difficulty now just to speed this up? Okay, we've got to get through this boss fight. Here we go. Okay, you can switch like that as well. Let's go back to our bombs for a second. Sorry about the length of the video, guys. If you want to skip to the next part that I'm trying to get to, then please do. Like, it's fine. You don't have to watch the whole video. Just want to show you guys what you can expect on the Steam Deck, you know? And back to doing these little minion things again. I'm really excited after this to start playing this game on my RTX 4090. Like, it's going to be so sick to have this game at proper native 4K, not like the PS5, and have it like running at 120 FPS. Like, it's gonna actually be insane with all the ray tracing features at ultra settings. Like, man, this thing's gonna look good. Come on, just frickin' die already, dude. Thank you. Skip the cinematic. Yes. Alright, here we go. Here's the big bit that apparently is crucial to have an SSD. Now, look, you can see what they do to fix this. You stay in limbo a little bit longer. What did I say? There'll be a little loading screen, slightly longer, or quite a bit longer than the PS5. But look, you're in. How hard was that to believe? What, they couldn't do that on a PS4? On a drive that's faster than what I'm running this on right now? They couldn't do this. They couldn't have a little loading screen. Okay, it breaks immersion, but it couldn't do this? No? This had to be done on an SSD only. They couldn't have a loading screen there. No, okay. Well, fine. I would say that's perfectly playable. I'm happy playing it that way on a handheld. I won't need to on my RTX 4090. This thing's going to be loaded in before anything that could happen on the PS5. There we go. That's how they got around it. They had a slightly bigger falling gap when you're falling between the worlds because it's now just loading them in. But actually, 60 FPS. And look, the world looks amazing. We're going up here, we're going down here, and through. And look, again, slightly longer on here. And through. Not that long at all. Literally not that big of a deal. Really wasn't. And through we go. Little loading screen where he's stuck. And through. Boom. Right, we're going to stop there because that's the main part I wanted to get to. That's what you can expect on this handheld. Could this spin done on a PS4? Yes, it freaking could. Of course it could. They're just doing marketing. Don't believe what they're telling you. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.